Coming up on CTV News, teens caught playing with a BB gun just behind school grounds causes concern. Plus, the Scripps Spelling Bee is back in town. Meet some of Maryland's top spellers.
Young spellers from across the nation make their way here to the National Harbor for the country's most coveted spelling bee. I'm Katara Jones. I'll have all those details coming up on CTV News.
And electric school buses will soon be hitting the streets in the county. All those stories and more, CTV News starts now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for May 29th. I'm Katara Jones.
And I'm Mariah Jalad. Thanks for joining us. Well, a video of young teenagers playing with what looks like a gun outside of a Hyattsville high school is shocking community members. The video, captured by our partners at Telemundo 44, shows a group of young people playing with what turned out to be a BB gun in the woods not far from Northwestern High School. As you can see, the group is handling the gun and pointing it at each other, and from a distance, the weapon appears to be a real gun. It is illegal to have a BB gun on school property, but it's unclear if the incident happened at the school or right next to it. Officers took a 16-year-old into custody from the group. Prince George's State's Attorney's Office says the investigation is ongoing. And District 2 County Council member Wanika Fisher, who represents the area, says the incident is a stark reminder of the urgent need for safety measures and education on the danger of weapons.
The Maryland Office of the Public Defender is using a recent Supreme Court decision to appeal more than a dozen firearm charges and convictions. The 2022 decision in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin created new standards for Second Amendment challenges. Now, defense attorneys are arguing that the government may not prohibit individuals from having or carrying firearms based on a particular status like prior conduct or orders against them. However, courts have been reluctant to reverse convictions on the basis so far.
And the optimistic goal of restoring Baltimore's federal channel from the debris of the Key Bridge collapse by the end of May turns out to be just that, optimistic. Last week, crews said they would need more time before shipping traffic can be fully restored, setting a new date to complete work by June 10th.
Officials say the adjustment timeline accounts for the complex cutting and rigging required to lift portions of the bridge that are still in the water. And after a meeting at the White House yesterday, Governor Moore says the Key Bridge will be rebuilt no matter what, even as a funding bill is stalled in Congress. The Maryland Transportation Authority will be putting $15 million toward bridge expenses over the next 6 months as the state waits for insurance and federal funding.
And some local Maryland figures will be hitting the campaign trail to rally for President Joe Biden. Governor Wes Moore is joining the president in Philadelphia to attend the launch of Black Voters for Biden-Harris. And Harry Dunn, the former Capitol Police officer that defended the building from January 6 rioters and lost a primary for Maryland's 3rd congressional district seat, will join Biden in several battleground states. The Biden campaign says Dunn and another former Capitol Police officer will make appearances in Nevada to speak out against the political violence that took place at the Capitol.
It's known as the nation's most prestigious spelling competition for young people. The 2024 Scripps National Spelling Bee is taking place at the Gaylord National Harbor. I was there today and had a chance to meet with some Maryland competitive spellers.
I did pretty good, especially since it's my first year.
This is 13-year-old Sue Lang. The Maryland native was eliminated in the quarterfinals today and tied in 60th place. She is one of 245 spellers participating in the popular 5-day national spelling competition that brings together young spellers from across the country.
Like, if you love reading, if you love just language in general, if you just like the development of language, I think you should totally get into the spelling bee.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee has been going on since 1925. The first ever winner was an 11-year-old named Frank Newhouser from Kentucky. Another young speller who participated in her first Scripps competition today was Amara Shapori.
I had to do a lot of tests. They gave a lot of words to study, so I would do that daily, and I played tennis, so it was very busy these past few months. But thankfully, I was able to remember and got that far.
The champion of this year's spelling bee will get a $50,000 cash prize, a commemorative medal, and the official championship trophy known as the Scripps Cup, among other gifts. Although Shapori didn't make it past the quarterfinals, the 11-year-old has some important advice to other young spellers.
If you lose, that doesn't mean that you should give up, because losing means that you'll just get better.
The quarterfinalists will get a commemorative pin and a $100 gift card. Now, winners in the quarterfinals will move to the semifinals round later today. The second place winner will walk away with $25,000, and the third place winner will get a $15,000 reward.
And in other news, the State Highway Administration is reminding motorists of new work zone safety laws and increased fines beginning June 1st. The new law allows speed cameras to be placed in more work zones across the state and increases fines for violations detected by those cameras. Currently, Maryland's fine is $40, but beginning June 1st, fines will increase to $80. And starting January 1st, Maryland's work zone speed violations will convert to a tiered chart based on how fast the vehicle is traveling above the speed limit, and penalties double if workers are present. And you're watching CTV News. Still to come.
Seniors in the county may soon be eligible for a new property tax credit. We'll have that story and more after the break.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy?
Yeah, bro, I'm picking up. Same guy. I bet. Got you 5.
Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl? And an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
Welcome back. The Montgomery County School District has reached a $300,000 settlement in a lawsuit against former principal Joel Beetleman. Beetleman was at the center of multiple sexual harassment and bullying investigations by the Office of Inspector General and the school system. Attorney Jerry Hyatt says his client hopes new changes in policy recently enacted by MCPS to strengthen the investigation of misconduct claims involving supervisors will prevent future teachers and staff from having to suffer what she went through. It's the third settlement Attorney Jerry Hyatt has made with the school system in the last few years.
More than 500 school districts, including Prince George's, are in line to receive federal funds to buy clean school buses. 5 counties in Maryland will share $16.7 million from the Environmental Protection Agency's Clean School Bus program to purchase the vehicles. Most of it will go to Prince George's and Baltimore counties. Officials say 92% of the buses will be electric. The program was started through the bipartisan infrastructure law.
And a top official within Maryland's Department of Juvenile Services has left the agency. Antonia Reason served as the department's Deputy Secretary of Residential Services, overseeing the agency's community detention centers and residential treatment facilities. She also led the department's health, education, security, recreational, and transportation functions. And the staffing shakeup comes as the Juvenile Service Agency has been the target of a growing number of lawsuits.
It may be some time before the dust settles in Prince George's County Council chambers. This was the packed scene yesterday during a public hearing about a revised property tax credit. It will allow senior citizens who already qualify for the homestead tax credit to also be eligible for an additional property tax credit of 20%.
Many seniors say they thought council would vote on the measure, but yesterday's session was just a business meeting. A council administrator says members can only vote on bills during legislative meetings. Many of the seniors walked out of the session.
I'm disappointed that it wasn't, and now we have to wait another whole year. 50% of seniors are living on fixed income, and over 50% are retired, and they have their home, but they can't afford the taxes that go up every year.
This is a disappointment to me. The seniors in this county, we built Prince George's County. We were here when it was nothing. Before most of the people were here on this board, we built Prince George's County with our sweat, our work, our money.
I was hoping to go home with a big smile on my face instead of being frustrated.
So far, a vote has been not scheduled. Silver Spring-based media company Urban One is in danger of losing its listing on the NASDAQ. According to the Daily Record, the listing qualifications department of the NASDAQ has seen Urban One a second letter saying it is non-compliant with the listing rules. NASDAQ says the move is the result of Urban One not having filed its quarterly report ending March 31st in a timely fashion. The company now has until June 7th to file the delayed filings or submit a plan to regain compliance. If Urban One fails to regain timely compliance, the company's common stock would be subject to delisting from the NASDAQ, which could decrease the value of the stock. Urban One, which targets Black Americans, owns a television network serving more than 59 million households.
And Mount Rainier becomes even more dog-friendly with the unveiling of 11 new petway stations across the city. The stations were made possible through a grant from the Chesapeake Bay Trust, and the city hopes the stations will encourage responsible pet ownership, helping to keep dog waste off the streets and out of the Chesapeake Bay.
We could coexist between the environment, between our little loving fur pets, right, or fur babies for many of us, right, as well as for residents. So this is a way for us to make sure that people are out there walking, exercising. We have beautiful sidewalks to make sure they can walk, right? But that way at the same time we maintain our environment clean.
And the new stations nearly quadruple the total amount across the city.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for our Pet of the Week. Meet Umi. She is a 6-year-old Serbian Husky. She has been at the shelter since the 17th. Animal management says that Umi would be a perfect addition to any home.
Very sweet. So anybody, really a family home, I would say. Maybe some kids, maybe some yard. I think that she would really be best in that kind of home. She was a stray. We did find her as a stray, but we are trying to get her adopted through the end of this month, which is only a couple of days away. All of the fees are waived, so come out and check her out and see if you want to adopt her.
If you would like to adopt Umi or any of her furry friends, call Animal Management at 301-780-7200. And still to come on CTV News.
Prince George's County very own Sheriff John Carr is here to talk about his first Youth Summit program. Stick around.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority, filling up something far more important than any feed. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day, with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
Well, as the school year comes to a close in the county, you might be wondering what positive, safe activities are out there for your child to do. Well, the county's Sheriff Department has some safe summer activities to enroll in this summer. Joining us in the studio to talk about these summer programs is Prince George's County Sheriff John Carr. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Sheriff Carr, you're hosting your first youth summit. Why now?
So I feel it's very important only because the youth are getting ready to get out of school. We've been talking about youth violence, and we've had several situations over at the National Harbor and just really throughout the county in which our youth have been involved in criminal activity or have been involved in extracurricular activity that has been a detriment to our community. So we really want to bring our youth in, let them have a voice, speak with them, and give them activities so that they can participate and be a part of it.
See, this is a big issue for people around the county, especially with the incidents at the National Harbor. So what are the, topics that are going to be discussed at the summit, and how do you see those helping the youth violence situation?
So the biggest topic is going to be youth violence, giving them a voice to actually speak upon what they see in their communities. We normally talk to our youth, but we want to hear from them. We want them to really lead this. Not only are we going to be speaking and having the youth talk, we're also going to be having the parents be a part of some of the programming as well. So we have activities for the youth, we have nonprofits, we have vocational programs that would actually be there to provide maybe some job resources as well. But we really want to hear from them so that they can then feel a part of the community.
And do you feel like this type of program, this type of youth summit would deter kids from committing crimes?
I think it will. I think this is just a start. This is not something that, hey, on the 15th, we know that crime is going to decrease dealing with juveniles. I think this is something that is a start so that they know some of the resources throughout the county. They know certain organizations that they can be a part of. And then we start to roll out some additional programs. We're looking at the Sheriff's Office will have a Twilight League in which we would actually do basketball and some other extracurricular activities as far as sports throughout the county, bringing our youth in. We also plan on partnering with several, well, I can't really give the name, but I do want to say professional basketball athletes as of right now in the county to participate in basketball camp. And we also have a free summer camp as well, which we partnered up with Prince George's County School System. And we do STEM and we do field trips as well. So it's a lot of different activities that we want to start this team summit with, and then we want to go throughout the summer with those programs.
And when it comes to the summit, who can take part? What age groups are we looking to target?
So we're starting at our middle school age groups. So I would even go as far as saying maybe 12, but 13 on up into the high schools. Those are the kids that we really want to target and we really want to participate along with the parents. I want everybody to understand that the parents are also instrumental in making sure that they're there as well. This is not something where you want to drop your kids off and then, hey, they can have a good time. But we will have entertainment, we will have food as well, but we'll have good programming for them and we want to hear from them.
And you also have a youth academy. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so our youth academy is something that we've been building up for some time. And our youth academy, again, it's about trying to develop our youth into grown women and men and make sure that they're able to, one, find employment. Two, they actually have the skills in order to deal with some of the social issues. Social media has been a very big part of it, but what are we doing to try to provide our youth with those skills? You know, we always talk about sports, but we do need to talk about financial literacy. We do need to talk about those individuals who may not be going to college, but may still participate here in our community. What do they have? What are your interests in what we can actually try to bring to you? And that's what we want to do during that time frame and for our academy.
And this academy, it's also targeting the middle school age group, correct?
Middle school and high school, yes.
Okay, so why is it significant to target that age group specifically?
So in that age group, you're starting to see that our youth are trying to find themselves. You're going through your hormonal changes. You're starting to see exactly who you are and what you want to be. We've even thought about going to the elementary schools, but when we talk about some of the topics that we focus on at the Sheriff's Office, domestic violence, mental health, we also deal with some of our warrants and deal with traumas that happen in the community. As we are the law enforcement arm of the courts, we realize that these kids don't really have that avenue or understand exactly what's going on. So we want to make sure that we're able to develop them. And at middle school, it gives them that they have some insight of, they've seen things in their neighborhood, they've seen, you know, family or how their family can be torn apart or how their family is interacting with certain issues and problems. And we really want to be a part of that.
Okay. So I want to switch gears. You know, the Prince George's Police Department has experienced vacancies. Is your department, the Sheriff's Office, also experiencing those vacancies as well?
Yes. And I would say that's not only just here locally as far as public safety or law enforcement. Throughout the country, we're experiencing vacancies and trying to get people in. The motto that I have and what I would like to try to do is develop our own. I know other organizations have actually traveled to other states to try to bring individuals in. I want to stay here. I want to bring people from Prince George's County into the Sheriff's Office. I want to make sure that they are part of their community that they grew up in, that they know, that they understand, and also have that family type of atmosphere. And that's what we represent here at the Office of the Sheriff.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
For more information about the Youth Summit, contact Sergeant J. Hughes at jphughes@pg.md.us or call 240-780-8600.
And stick around after the break. Simon Buggs is here with the Wednesday Sports Page.
And he's giving some insight on a Prince George's County landmark.
What's up, sports fans? And coming up on your Wednesday Sports Page, I got the chance to sit down with the owner of one of Prince George's County first ever batting cages. I'll have more what he had to say in a bit. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Gina Torres. Whether I'm working on a TV series or a feature film, my philosophy is be ready, stay ready. So taking care of my health is a must. This includes making sure I know what my LDL-C, or bad cholesterol, level is. I watch my own parents struggle with high cholesterol, a struggle faced by so many Hispanic Americans. We are more likely than others to have dangerous conditions like high LDL cholesterol. And high LDL cholesterol can increase your risk for heart attack and stroke. The good news? You can take steps to lower your LDL-C. Of course, a heart-healthy diet and regular exercise are a great start, but that's not always enough. Talk to your doctor about getting your LDL cholesterol tested and know your number so you can be in control of your health. Check out this website for more information.
All right, everyone, it's time for your midweek sports page. And today we take a look at one of the first batting cages to open in Prince George's County, the On Deck Batting Cage.
Are you looking for a place where you can perfect your batting skills? If so, then look no further, as the On Deck Batting Cage is the place for you. On Deck Batting Cage is located in Capitol Heights, and I got the chance to speak to the owner, Andre Hockaday, about his business.
On Deck Batting Cage is a batting cage that all people can come and visit. It's located in PG County, in Capitol Heights, Maryland, off of Ritchie Marlboro Road. We do walk-ins. We have baseball machines, softball machines. It's $20 for 1 hour. You can, we have equipment here that you can rent for no additional charge. We have bats, balls, helmets. We cater to basically all kids, all ages, women, children.
And during our conversation, Hockaday also revealed to me what inspired him to open the cage.
My son played baseball. He played all sports. And it came to a point in time where he wanted to just focus on baseball. So we didn't have anywhere to go. I take that back. We were going to Alexandria because PG County didn't have a facility. And this was pre-pandemic, so trying to get over to Alexandria mid-rush hour was crazy, right? So we would go to Alexandria and spend an hour over there, but it took like an hour and a half to get there. So I bought a machine and just put it in the backyard. And then my son's friends started using the machine, and then I started like taking it out and kids started using it. And then I was like, oh, maybe this could be something. This is what like the county needs.
And the rest was history as Hockaday bought his first location shortly after that on Edgeworth Drive. But as word about the cage spread, it got more and more popular, causing him to move to another location to have more space. And as the cage started to gain more popularity, some local baseball and softball teams decided to use the facility to hone their skills.
A lot of our customers or a lot of people that come and visit are PG County high schools, specifically like Wise, the ones especially in this area, Wise, Flowers, and Central. They come a lot.
Now with the summer coming up, parents may be looking for a way to keep their children active. Well, listen up as Hockaday's batting cage has a solution for you.
Our summer camp starts June 28th, and it's for a week-long summer camp. We start at 9 a.m. in the morning and go to 3 p.m. And it's going to be every other week after that. So we'll do 1 week and then we'll skip a week. It's for ages 6 through 12. And the kids had a ball last year. That was my first time doing it. So they'll be returning.
On Deck Batting Cage is located at 1420 Ritchie Marlboro Road in Capitol Heights in Unit B2. And for more information on the cage, you can visit the website on your screen. And sticking with baseball news, the Washington Nationals fell to the Atlanta Braves yesterday 2-0. The Nats are now 24-29 and will face off next versus Atlanta again tomorrow at 7:20. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Mystics will take the court tonight against the Atlanta Dream. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. And that wraps up your Wednesday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, we'll have a chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m., but the weekend looks much brighter.
Thursday and Friday will be clear and sunny with a high of 75 and a low of 55. Saturday, sunny, temps rise to a high of 80 and a low of 58.
Now for a look at our community calendar. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, Dreamgirls is playing at the Bowie Playhouse.
The play chronicles one Motown group's rise from obscurity to superstardom. The show opens Friday night at 8 p.m. and runs through June. For more information, contact 410-757-5700.
And that wraps up CTV News. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.